From being passed over by big-name schools, C.J. Chatham set out to make a name for himself. The 21-year-old 6'4" shortstop chose to attend FAU as a freshman because it was the only university that believed he could continue to play shortstop despite his tall and slim stature. In his 3 years as the starting shortstop for the Owls, Chatham earned numerous awards. During his sophomore year, he hit .335, had 44 runs batted in, and led the conference with 22 doubles. He was also named First Team All-Conference USA. He really proved himself to scouts in his junior year. He was 19th in the nation with 89 hits, had 50 RBI, batted .357 on the season, and had the most memorable at-bat of his baseball career.
It was like the ninth inning. We had a pretty good lead against Charlotte my junior year, and there's 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. You know, I was 4 for 5 that day. I was having a good day. I was like, you know, I'm gonna end it on that. I'm on deck. Christian's up, my roommate, and I'm like, hey, you know, I told him before because there was a pitching change. I was like, hey man, like, you know, I don't want you to get out, but if you get out, I won't be upset. And he's like, man, come on. And I was like, all right. So he goes up there and he walks, and when he's throwing the bat back to me, I kind of gave him a look, you know, like, come on. And he just smiled at me all the way to first. And the first pitch of the at-bat, he threw me a changeup, and I hit it off the hitter's eye in center for a grand slam.
Ball gone. C.J. Chatham, grand slam.
And that, honestly, was probably my favorite at-bat.
With above-average numbers, Chatham was awarded with First Team All-Conference USA, Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year, and even Conference USA Player of the Year. On June 10th of 2016, his 3 years of hard work as an Owl really paid off.
MLB draft, the Boston Red Sox select C.J. Chatham.
Chatham was drafted by the Boston Red Sox in the second round, pick 51 overall. FAU baseball head coach John McCormack reflected on his 3 years of coaching the young shortstop.
It was a pleasure to coach C.J. for 3 years. The progress he made over those 3 years was remarkable. He had a calming influence on the team last year. He's one of the rare guys that he made everybody feel, once he was in the dugout and playing the game, he made everybody feel everything was going to be okay. He was going to get the big hit. He was going to make the play. And he got drafted in the second round, well-deserved. I thought it was a little late for his skill set.
Chatham began his pro ball career on the Boston Red Sox rookie ball team, but was quickly moved up to their low-A affiliate. He learned a lot about the difference between playing collegiate baseball and professional baseball.
It's just, a lot of people think, you know, when you go to the minor leagues, you've made it, you know, but it's tough. There's so many people that want to get to the major leagues that it's not, you know, there's a certain budget, so they don't just hand everything to you. It's like you got your long bus rides, you're not flying places, and it's a grind that you really got to love the game and, you know, take it seriously to get to, you know, where you want to be. There's no, you know, weekends off in the fall. It's a grind every day, and the pitching, you know, it's tougher. It's guys from all around the country and even outside the country you're facing against, and it's an adjustment that, you know, I'm still trying to get used to. And who will be his first call when he makes it to the show? It has to be my parents, but then I have to say Coach Mack would be, you know, close second. He'd be the next guy I call after my parents.
What do you think his reaction would be like?
Well, I could see him just being like, oh, like, I'm not surprised. Like, I told you you're going to make it. And, like, that's just like kind of how. That's what I love about him. You know, he's always been positive, telling me like, you're going to make it. Just keep working hard, keep working hard. So I don't think he'd be surprised. I just think he'd be happy for me, and he'd look for the next flight out. With Owl TV Sports, I'm Claudia Faust.